Hello everyone, happy Throwback Thursday, and the rotation leads us to a LEGO movie review, and this is on the Super Secret Police Dropship from 2014. So on the front of the box of the two manuals have the Lego movie logo, same border as all the sets do, and picture of the set in action flying down onto Clown Cuckoo Palace, and then also the set number 70815. And then this on the back side, advertisement for the how to win on the online survey. Then advertisement for a few others sets from the time, or the three Summer Wave sets from the time. So Benny Spaceship, expect for next Throwback Thursday. Then halfway through the Dropship. And number two of which is advertisement for some DC sets from the time. And then all the pieces that come with the set, of course. And then advertisement of Lego Club and Legoland and Legoland Discovery Centers. And then advertisement for the 2-in-1 sets, which I previously reviewed for Throwback Thursday. And then also advertisement for the video game and the tile with the code that you can use for the game. And then lastly, then the last building steps of it. So first off, which for the selection of minifigs, I'll have broken in two. So as for the first four here, as well, we would have Emmett. Well, it comes in a lot of the sets. Well, the face printing that does come in a lot of the sets. So in this wave, one way is the only way to get that. But one thing exclusive is this stud piece on it, like the one that came in the Cloud Cuckoo Palace set, since at this time in the movie had that tracking on device on him. But yeah. And the next to which we have Batman, and this which so like at this time of which only way you could get Batman in any Lego movie sets until the Batman Super Angry Kitty set the following wave in early 2015 for that. And also, but did also come in some DC sets from the time as well for that. But however, the towel piece, which did get used in that time frame quite a bit as well. And then next to which have Johnny Thunder, but in a modern flair to him, and kind of a lack of leg printing, but that's okay since kind of workable for him. But however, the hat piece, same as we've had on him since the Adventures theme in the 90s and Orient Expedition in the early 2000s, and face printing also present from there, which nice to see some modern looks to a early classic character for that. And then last to which is Lloyd the Green Ninja of Ninjago. Well, and now some say this variant might be exclusive to this set, but however, this which is most likely just similar to the one that came in most of the Ninjago sets from 2012, of course, since this which was out a couple years later for that. Head mask pieces on. And as you can see, that Batman's a witch quite similar to most other versions, and
Lloyd's a witch also to that. And as you can see, that Johnny Thunder and Lloyd both have the handcuffs on there, since at this point in the film they and most of the master builders get arrested by the super secret police, of course. Then to the back sides of each of them is that only Batman and Emmett do have back head printings for that, and other two just don't, but do have a crossover sheath for Lloyd, of course, and also great to have Johnny Thunder with some back torso printing, which we
haven't seen on other variants of him. But yeah, and let's see. Oh, Batman also does have some good back torso printing to him. So, and as for this portion of the minifig selection, which kind of, at least kind of neat and interesting, seeing both a flesh tone minifig along with traditional yellow skin tone minifig, even though that hasn't happened much. Well, at least by this point, kind of new for that. So good to see some turning points to that. At least until in 2019 with the Lego Movie 2 line, where there was both minifigs and mini dolls together in one set for that. Since, of course, since both of the Lego Movie lines were good turning points for them. But yeah, and that's about it with that. For this portion of the minifigs, then the other half of which are about 4 of the super secret police robot men or robo SWATs, which do have similar things that do come in most of the sets, well, except for one of which that has sort of a backpack bracket for that, which is part of a feature I'll show later, and then also have these goggle pieces that might be exclusive to this set. I'm not sure though, but yeah. And then on the back sides of which, same vest pieces as, or actually 2 of which that do have that back bracket, of course. So at least nice to see there, and of course features similar to the ones that come in most other sets, but however, still good to have for like army building and large grouping and such. But yeah. And so now that's about it with the minifigs. And now onto the police dropship itself. Which, as you can see, is quite large for how it is. Like for sets at this time for the $80 of which quite good, quite large, and kind of good for how it is. But sort of like how in 2022 with Ambush on Ferrix in Star Wars, it was kind of a little bit smaller and near the same price point for that. So this is which kind of a sign of the times, but yeah. So at least at this point, that things were getting smaller for the prices, but yeah. So like as for this front section, which the front cockpit or windshield part, which is kind of this extra large windshield part that's probably used on some trains, but also on older Slave Ones in Star Wars, yeah, but also large and clear for that. And then with that out of the way, well, we which do have about like not one but 2 cockpit areas, like which do have 2 tile pieces that have stickers on. So a lot of stickers in this set for that. That one, and that one, and then, and of course, plenty enough room on both of them to sit 2 minifigs onto as well. Well, one of which that has joysticks on the bottom part, and then I'll take this and then slide it onto the 4 studs on top. There. And then lower down of which have a few clear studs acting as headlights, and then also like on most gunships in Star Wars, there's had these like ball turret kind of bits that rotate all around for that, but and kind of like the gunships in Star Wars is they kind of wobble around quite a bit, but luckily it's kind of for an intended purpose, not like a flaw in the design. So at least nice to see that used on both on a non-Star Wars set and also being part of the design for that. But then as for this further shaping of which kind of have a like curved stud or curved slope and wedge on there, and then also those 2 pieces where have trans red and trans blue on both sides to be siren lights and all. Oh, whoops. Oh, hang on. Then also, like on one side of which have super secret police sticker on there, and then rescue on the side, and then 10th DV and 409. Not sure what for. And then as for these four little engines, which are all quite the same, where you have the car hood pieces and a little bit of snot going on, which is just that, and also the bar on the sides, which, and also for the jagged slopes on top. And there's the Technic beams on here, which is for one of the main features, which I'll show later. But then also on this top part, it does have a kind of car hood piece and some jagged slopes to make it kind of well centered for that. But then, like when rolling down the side of this ship, does have some roof part, which for kind of a turret or a mini turret that you can sit a minifig into, and then does have a cheese slope with some control paneling on it, and then a couple of guns on top and a light as well, and then a couple of clips acting as weapon racks for both their sniper blasters and binoculars, of course. And then on the back side of it, I have a few more jagged slopes and a couple of satellite dishes to communicate with the rest of the super secret police. And then sort of the same design as the front, but with a couple of vent tiles on there, and then also these couple extra large engine parts. Well, this one in trans blue, but other side trans red, of course. And then downwards, well, there's supposed to be a 1x4 tile piece there, but which has a code for the video game on it, which if you get your own, well, just get your own and you might get that. So didn't want to show it for this video. But yeah. And then to have a couple of like car roof hoods, but on one side of which, and then also a curved slope on there, and have the light part to it. But also these fin parts, which also have a pair of spring-loaded launchers for that. Since at this time, 2014 is when they were first introduced. Well, mostly in the Star Wars sets from that time, of course, but also in a few other themes as well, and they're all over nowadays. Then how to access this interior part is that you can lift this door part up, and you got plenty of stuff going on. See, like a couple more clip-on bricks, which with sniper blasters on them, and then also if you turn this little side part here, and then has a little winch that you can string on out for that, and then take one of the two figs that have the hanging bracket on the back part, and then clip it onto them, and then you can either let them drop down or you can just reel them right in. And also close around like so. And another little bit to that part of which is on the other side of which does have this like T-bar on this bit, that which is what stops this gear part for that. And of course, with that in the way, then can't move and all. So at least as a safety locking mechanism. So good thought for that. As for on the very back side of which is just a large plate with the bar pieces around it and a couple tile pieces and vent tiles as well, and with that gear and the little gear for the main feature, which I'll show in a bit. But yeah. And then if you can like get a hold on one of these bar pieces and then pull it right down for that, and it's kind of the little boarding ramp for that, and then have this whole entire prison cell that you can take right on out for that. And as you remember, and as seen in the movie, that when the other master builders get captured and all, you can lift this up, and then there's a bunch of trans red plate or window pieces, mostly to acting as like lasers or laser cells and all, and have these like trans red hinge rods used as laser bars for that, and then have a 8 by 8 tile on top for that as a whole roof part of it, and of course to not have any studs on top so it doesn't get caught on the roofing part of it. And then also like the movie where Wonder Woman all get caught and then can like close it around them, and it does fit quite well for that. And then for like the rest of it, which as you see does have a couple of tile 2x4 tiles on there, and then also sort of a jagged slope on there so you can like mount it in quite easily if you position it right, and then slides nice in it. They're nice and also in there good and secure for that. Then as for the main feature of it, which if you like pick it up, and then that gear part, it turns these back engine part, or turns the engines around like so. But not sure if this is just me, but the back ones kind of go back the most, but the front ones don't quite as easily, which for the mechanism underneath for that. But I'm sure yours might have better, might work out a little differently. But if it does, then comment below. But yeah. And then, oh, what else? Not much, but yeah. Let me gather it up. And also, what I think they should have included is maybe a couple of random pink bricks to represent chewing bubblegum in the like blaster parts of it. Since obviously they shoot that at Superman and trap him and or stick Superman to it along with Green Lantern, of course. But yeah, well, just a thought. But yeah. So now on to the final verdict. Overall, I think this is a quite good set for how it is. Like obviously get a lot of white and black pieces and also quite a few Robo Swap in one set, unlike with the one or two that comes in most of the sets. But the rest of the minifigs, great to have a good plethora of figs from both current LEGO times and also earlier LEGO times. Both Lloyd and Johnny Thunder for that, of course, and also good to have Batman included in sets include instead of being like just part of the movie for that. Or could have at least gotten in one or two of the DC sets from the time. But yeah. And although he Lego movie wise didn't stay exclusive for long, like there was the small Batman Super Angry Kitty set out the following wave. Well, for that, well, maybe that. But of course, this switch still about fair enough since get plenty extra going on from that. But yeah, and also for how small and compact it is, I do think 60 or 50 or yeah probably 60 would have been about as fair for that. Like and what else? Not much, but the playability of which quite good for how it is. Like a dropping winch and the springlet launchers and such, all quite good for how it is. But yeah, and of course, as being held in your hands, of which good swooshability as well. But yeah, but but the set as a whole, of which I can still kind of forgive it of how it is. Like everything here, which still quite fair, or and regardless of inflation and all. But yeah, and so now if any of you still have this set from back in the day, well, I hope you had some good memories of it. And for those of you who haven't and are still looking to get this set, I'd say definitely pick it up. eBay Bricklink, or Bricks and Minifigs, Mercari, whatever. And that's about it with this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.